Before we start marking out the pier holes, we'll roll down the old topsoil with my 5-ton red roller. So when we go to drill the pier holes, we have less loose soil to be able to fall back into the holes. We're pouring and drilling piers, 90 piers through the top slab tomorrow. Okay, so we've taken down all the back hurdles at the back behind the din cell walls, the side hurdles and the rear big hurdles. Starting to strip all them and starting to tidy them up. We've transferred those measurements to here, so they're going to be back from the boxing section for the top slab. So we've got a string line here that'll be for the outside of the top slab as well, ready to go. We started putting the backing on, so we individually unscrewed those bracings, put a spacer on, because we will be now putting backing on here, because this will all be the top concrete slab to the top of this string line. So now we put the boards through that, and then we'll brace all behind with extra braces. I've got one laying there ready to go, but then we just lay all new braces all the way through as a double up on top of those ones. That way we got no chance of any concrete backflowing into the bottom slab and into the bottom basement. Got the backing for the top slab all in, all the braces. So the bottom braces are to support the din cell wall for backfilling and for the extra pressure, and the top ones, and then we just got to do one more little brace that'll go across to support the bottom of where the slab will come through the top, so we don't have any pressure on the concrete going into it. Time to drill some holes. 90 holes to be dug. And then we got concrete coming in the afternoon for half of the holes. Happy days. Here we go. So we're going to move some of the topsoil dirt so we can get some trucks through and be able to get the trucks to be able to fill the pier holes as we go. So all happening. So we need to go 1 metre into natural soil. You can see here is top fill. You can see here the separator. Then we're 1 metre into natural ground. Put some water in the bottom of it to help clean it out. So that when he puts his auger in there, that last little bit of dirt and everything like that gets collected, just the last suction cup, and hopefully the bottom of the trench is pretty clean. Just putting on the extension for the auger here for all these back holes. These piers are 4.5 metres deep, like I said. You can't do that with a standard auger length, so nice and deep. This is why we can't use one of the smaller machines like a 5-tonner, because they wouldn't have the height and the length to be able to do this size. That's why we went with a 14-ton machine, and I'm not doing the drilling myself. It's a lot easier with 2 people. We'll actually start pouring the piers from the front and work our way back as we straddle the machine or the the agi, so the concrete truck will actually walk over the top of those pier holes and straddle over the top of it, so I'll wheel each side of the pier holes so that we can work our way back, and then that way if anything falls in or around those trenches, it's already full of concrete, it's not compromising any of the holes. Oh, she's pack up time. Thanks for the help, Det. Thanks, Pete. Oh, that was a bit longer day than I anticipated. Whew. We'll quickly go over the layout of the pier holes. You can see in this top section here of the slab layout from the engineers, we've got 90 pier holes. Most of these pier holes on the outside are all strategically placed. You can see here the PC ones, so they hold up the portal frame, so that part of that portal frame that sits over the top, they support all that, including 3 major ones here which have got 3 600mm wide diameter pier holes, so they're quite large compared to all the rest are all 450s. They're all set at all different heights depending on where they are required during that schedule inside the beams, or whether they sit underneath the pads, so they sit naturally higher up into the slab, and then these ones here are deeper underneath the hoist area. So to give you a basic layout of where those edge beams are all going to step down, so they all sit into natural soil, so they all got to be set to different heights as well, those pier holes, including how this bottom section lays out here. So this is my outside right at the back, close to the din cell wall. So this pier here, it shows on here the engineering at that diameter is a 45-degree angle from the corner of here, goes down at a 45-degree angle of repose. So as I'll explain in a second, these it end up being closer to 1.3 meters from that point here to get my angle of repose, and they ended up being close to 4.5 meters deep, those piers, so quite deep for a standard pier hole. And then all the rest of them were drilled 1 meter into natural soil, so all those different ones up through the top slab were all different heights and in different depths into natural soil. Piers holes all dug yesterday. 80% of the pier holes were poured in the afternoon. Got all the final inspections done on the last lot of piers. I've made up a contraption to drop down, as these are 4.5 meters deep, these holes, which naturally you can't see to the bottom, which are a meter, nearly 1 meter, 1200 below the bottom of the bin cell concrete footing down on point of repose. So essentially the point of repose is basically if we had a footing here and I was to drill support piers over here, if this is all natural ground up through this part, the point of repose is where we put dirt, and if anything was to collapse through this outer stage that was holding up the top slab, the point of repose is where all this dirt all piles down on basically a 45-degree angle. So that's why my pier hole, which is these ones, need to be so deep, because that's why the bottom of the slab here on the bottom slab, which is down the bottom of my pier, needs to be below the point of repose. So it's down so far that if anything collapses in between these two sections here, which is in between that din cell wall and my pier hole, that there's no chance of any pressure or any loss of conflicted ground between the two sections, so that it can come back. So this will get full with concrete again this afternoon, all the way along these final pier holes. Stick around for future videos, guys. I'm looking forward to getting this thing right out of the ground. Thanks for the support, guys. I'll chat to you all soon.